provide yoga and meditation to underserved communities. So it's an awesome way to help out those people that you know and you love in this way. But on Friday, we're doing a bunch of fun stuff. So there's a meditation in the morning, there's a plank hold contest, and then at the very end of the night, there's a big drag show at the tap room, Springhouse Tap Room downtown in Lancaster. So you're all invited officially. This is me inviting you to come this Friday. All right, so let's do what we came here for, child's pose. Take your knees out wide and your fingertips all the way to the head of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, that's it. Sigh it out. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale and sigh. Start cycling your breath just like this. Keep it moving. One more time with the big breath in. Full exhale. On your breath in, come to downward facing dog. So usually I teach the early morning classes, and this is a pretty stiff pose for us. So we're going to do some extra movements. On your inhale, bend your right knee. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, right knee. Exhale, left knee. That's it. Now pick your right leg up into the air with your breath in. Bend your knee. And now you're going to take some hip circles here. I know it's going to feel kind of funny at first, going all the way out to the side, then up and around. Just looking for some new movement here. One more breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then switch sides. Put this right leg down. Inhale, pick your left leg up. Bend your top knee. Go for some hip circles. We're looking to make all the space here. Yes. It does take me a solid 2 breaths to figure out how to get my leg to go to the side, but you'll figure it out, I promise. Last one. And put your both feet on the ground. Take a breath in, come up high on your tippy toes. Now slowly walk your way all the way up to the head of your mat. Halfway lift with your breath in. Ragdoll exhale. Let your head and chest drop down towards the mat. Maybe take some rocks from right to left. That's it. On your next breath, plant both heels down into the mat. Lift all of your toes up. Now actively hug your inner ankles back and then your outer shins in, just like this. One more time, take a breath in. Exhale. On your inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Take extended mountain, reach through your fingertips, and bring your hands down to heart center. We'll start our class tonight with 3 ohms. Take a breath in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breath out, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Take 2 breaths in. Deep inhale. Full breath out. One last time, breathe in. Let it go, bend your knees. Step or hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Extended mountain, breathe in all the way up. Breathe out, forward fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Exhale the whole way down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. In. Let it go and press your hips back. One more time. Full breath in. Deep exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain up and back this time. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Blow the air out and soften your knees. One more time. Big breath in. Press your sits bones back. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale. One more time. Big breath in. Full breath out. Move. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. See 1 point. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Just like that. Last down dog in our sun A's. Here it is. Breathe out. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Breathe in. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, hands back down to the mat. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. That's it. From here, see if you can focus on hugging your arms inwards. So pressing in through your forearms. That's it. Press against my hands. There you go. One more time. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or float. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair as low as you can go. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left side, warrior 1. Chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. That's it. Take a breath in. This time, open up your mouth and sigh it out. Oh, yeah. One more time. Big breath in. Now sigh. We're doing a bonus breath. Inhale. Sigh it out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga as loud as you can get. Up dog. Down dog. Right side, warrior 1. Chaturanga, sigh it out. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Inhale up. Exhale back down. Upward facing dog. And through the downward facing dog. That's it. Set your drishti to the back of your mat. Yeah, take this size when your body is calling for one. One more breath here. Blow it out. Move. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Last one. Pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog, right side, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, left side, warrior one, as low as you can go. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And through to downward facing dog. One more time. Take a nice big breath in and sigh it out. Now, kick your right leg up into the air. Yep, as high as it'll go. Press the center of your heel straight up towards the ceiling. Now, bend your top knee. Open up your hip towards the side of the mat. Look for your right pinky finger grounding down and a stretch all the way up to that top knee. You get to choose stay here or flip dog. Yes, don't worry about the furniture. It'll be all right. Press through your heels. Lift up through your hips. Keep breathing here. 2 more breaths. That's it. Good job. Last one. Breathe in. Stay for the exhale. Come back over high plank. And into side plank. Right hand down. Left hand reaches straight up towards the ceiling. Now spread all of your fingers on your top hand. Add a little bit of extra oomph to this by looking up to your top hand. Take your last breath in. Chaturanga, air out. Upward facing dog. Through to downward facing dog. Yes, you can take the sigh. Give yourself the permission to make noise, take up space, and do the things that you need to do. Now, left leg up into the air. Yep, kick that thing as high as it'll go. Come up to your tippy toes on the bottom foot. Like lift the heel all the way up. Now bend your top knee and stretch from your left pinky finger all the way up. Stay here or flip dog. Now, 3 breaths. Set your drishti. Here we go. 2 more times. Yes, that's it. Last one. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Come back over. High plank. Side plank. Left hand down, right hand up. See if you can create the quality of stretching here. Stretching from your heels all the way up to the crown of your head. Create as much length as possible. Inhale. Hands down, chaturanga. Move through upward facing dog and into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, right side crescent lunge. Now set the base of this pose wide. So take your front foot, right side, that is. Right foot all the way out to the right side of your mat. And now with the back foot, bring it all the way to the opposite end. Go even wider in your foundation than what's usual. Yeah, that's it. Now reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. What I find frequently in this pose is that I feel like I'm off balance. See if you can create a quality of grounding right here by getting a little bit lower into your front leg. Now, lift all your toes on your front foot. That's it. Press down through the big toe. Press down through your heel. Bring your hands to heart center and twist to the right. You can choose to keep your hands at heart center or open them up here. Pull your attention in your right shoulder and twist it up towards the ceiling. That's it. 2 more breaths. You can do anything for 1 more breath in and out. Breathe in, rise up. Okay. Crescent lunge. That's what I was looking for. And warrior 2. Yeah, right on over here. If you've ever taken class with me before, you know that this is not my favorite pose, but the next pose is. And the way to make that pose better is by coming 1 inch lower into this lunge. I know it seems silly. Now take extended side angle. So that 1 inch lower, getting a little bit lower in the front leg, gives you so much more space to reach through your top hand. Yeah, lift it all the way up to the front end of your mat, just like that. Now, anchor through your back foot, reach in the top of your tips, Reach both hands out in front of you. That's it. We're going to take one more breath in here. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Take the sigh. I know, we work at a blistering pace, so sigh when you need one. Last time. And we're going to go left side crescent lunge. Try the wide foundation on this side. Notice how the two sides are different. Now activate your back foot. Press your toes into the mat and get your heels stacked right on top of your back toes. From here, fingertips up to the ceiling. Just like that. Activate the back leg. Hugging in from skin to muscle to bone. One more breath. And then we'll bring our hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Open hands or closed. Keep breathing here. The breath is the access point to all of these twists. See if you can lift through your left shoulder and then press your thoracic spine straight forward. See how just like that. That's a really good adjustment. One more time. That's it. And on an inhale, rise up, take crescent lunge. Yeah, just like that. Warrior two. Yep, I know nobody likes getting here. Your leg's a little tired. It's a little bit sore, but see if you can come 2 inches lower this time. Really low, max out, extended side angle. See, now this pose can feel like relief or release sometimes. Press through your big toes into the mat. Stretch all along the top side of your body. This is it. Are you ready for the last breath? Bring both hands out in front of you. Yeah, like you're holding a beach ball. Here it is. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Let it go. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Sorry, guys. Pardon me. My throat's a little dry. That's it. Sit nice and low. Are you ready? Hands to heart center and twist to the right. Now, see if you can think about this twist like you're opening your chest towards the side of your mat. So not only up towards the ceiling above you, but really just out to the side, pressing the center of your spine through to create this action. That's it. One more breath here. On your inhale, rise up, take chair pose, and fold. All right, bring your feet to the edges of your mat. Pointer fingers around your big toes. This is release. Look for rejuvenation here, in the sense that this is a pose where you get to charge your battery for the rest of practice. So that means letting your head drop down and releasing your neck. With each exhale, it's this new opportunity to fold forwards even deeper. One more breath here. And then we'll go for round two. Chair pose. Bring your feet back to center. Here we go. Sit nice and low. Get the foundation of this pose set right here. Hug your shoulder blades together on your spine. Yeah, that means you too, Mark, Erica, Ashley at home. Pull your shoulder blades together. Now bring your hands to heart center and twist to the left. That's it. Hands heart center or open. Center of your chest, twisting towards the side with each exhale. See if you've got it. 2 more breaths here. In. And on the exhale, twist as low as you can go. One last time. Breathe in. Exhale, wring it all out. Inhale, rise up, chair pose. And fold. Bring your feet out wide to the edges of your mat. Tuck your palms underneath your toes and let your head drop down. Set your drishti to the back of your mat. So your drishti not only is your eyes and where your attention goes, but also where you're putting your intention as well. See if you can set it to one point. Crow. Crow, goddess squat, upside downs, whatever it is. That's your preference here in this pose. You've got it. Ready, set, crow for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog when you breathe in. And down dog on the exhale. Take a full breath in. Let it go. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. On your inhale, roll all the way up to standing. We're going to take right side eagle here. So right arm wraps under and right leg wraps over top. Now, my challenge to you in this pose is to keep it simple. Pick one thing that you're going to focus on. Let that thing be the foundation at this point. Just pressing your heels into the mat, pressing your big toes down. So that means flexing your raised foot too. Yeah, that's it. See if you've got 1 inch lower to sit. And we'll switch sides. Left arm under, left leg over. Choose the breath for this one. Not only keeping your breath steady, but seeing if with each exhale, you can activate your core muscles to help you balance this pose. With each breath in, hug your low belly up and in. Lifting the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. Last breath here. And we'll step out. All right. Instead of doing a second set, here's what we're going for. Standing leg on the right side. Now, I do this a little bit differently. So right leg up into the air. Take your palm and sit it on top of your knee. So now the action that you're creating here, first of all, is flex your raised foot. Now press your knee into your hand. Simultaneously press your hand down into your knee. What you'll feel here is your belly button actually pulling backwards. That means your low, deep core muscles are active. That's it. Are you ready for the next stage of this? Bring your left hand out to the left. Move your right palm to the inside of your knee and now reach outwards. See if you can keep the same hug happening. Knee into hand, hand into knee, but now adding the extra point of reaching your left hand out to the side. On your next breath in, eyes and legs to center. Press back airplane. Make this pose all about the length. Flex your back foot and now reach backwards. Like as much as you can, press it, heel almost like you're standing into the wall. Yes, Megan, I took this one from you. Take a half moon. Left hand down, right hand up. See if you can keep moving the breath here. That's it. 2 more times. Lift that top foot as high as it'll go. Last one in. Feet down, forward fold. Yeah, you can shake out your limbs here. Rock right to left. I love this in this forward fold. It's going to help you release the sides of your hips. Now, on your inhale, roll up to standing, and we'll do the left side. So, left side standing leg raise, palm to knee. And you can even start this one with your hand out to the side if you'd really like to. Flex the foot and now hug. Create all the action that you can using your core muscles here. Pressing down, lifting up. Hands to the inside of your knee. Leg out to the left, eyes to the right. See if you can add the quality of stretch here from your left knee all the way out to your right palm. Just like that. And on your inhale, come back to center. Press back, airplane. Now, this is the advice nobody wants to hear in this pose. Soften your bottom knee. I know it feels counterintuitive. Stamp your big toe down into the ground. And I mean that with as much energy until you can feel the whole inside of your leg light up, muscles active. Keep that. Take it to half moon. That's it. Big toes mounted down into the mat. 2 breaths when you get here. Lift the top foot high and press. Last breath in. Exhale, fold. Both feet down to the mat. Yeah, you can rock right to left. Release the sides of your hips. On your inhale, roll up to standing. We'll take right side dancer. Now we're going to do 1 set of dancer. So right hand back, left hand forwards. See if you can create the quality of lightness in this pose. Look for length from your raised knee all the way up to your front palm, just stretching long. What you'll discover is that this pose might become just that much easier. Last breath, and we'll switch. Left hand back, right hand forwards, dancer on the left side. Take the quality of stretch right here. See if you can flex your front wrist. Yep, now press it forwards, almost like you're about to high five the person in front of you or the wall in front of you. That's it. Press all the way to the edge of the pose for your last breath and feet down. Shake out your sides if you need to. We're going to come to right side tree pose. So foot at either your ankle, your shin, or all the way up at your thigh. Hands at heart center. See if you can add drishti up to the ceiling. I used to get to this pose and be like, oh yes, tree pose. I won't fall. But the thing is, if you're not occasionally falling out, you're probably not reaching the edge of this pose. See if you can add a little spice so that you're reaching all the way to the edge, pushing it right until you might fall over, and then we'll switch sides. So, left foot, ankle, shin, or thigh. Start with your hands at heart center. This is like the base tree pose. Here you go. If you're feeling pretty comfortable here, drishti up to the ceiling. Next step, hands up to the ceiling. See if you can grow 2 more inches by pressing down and reaching all the way up. Last added bit, can you add a little back bend here while you lift? Okay, feet down. I'm done messing with you. Come to the head of your mat. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Chaturanga, blow all that air out. Upward facing dog. Through to downward facing dog. Right side triangle. Yep, right foot all the way to the head of your mat. Yeah. Right hand comes either to your ankle, your shin, or the block or floor behind your foot. Create grounding in the pose. So lift all of your toes off the mat. Now actively press through your big toes. Now with that front foot, I want you to press so hard. Now hug it backwards, almost like you're about to scoot the foot in towards your center. Activate your legs all the way here, and on your inhale, we'll rise up. Side facing, wide-legged, forward fold. Yeah. My upside downs, go for that. But really here, take whichever version of the pose is speaking to you right now, whether that's a bind behind your back, taking your fingertips out in front of you, ninja lunges, whatever it might be. No matter where you are in this pose, see if you can breathe into your ribs, like you're expanding them with each breath. Letting your head and chest drop down. For my upside downers, bring your feet back to the mat. Everyone else, bring your hands back into center. And on your inhale, rise up to standing. Let's take namaste, front facing, forward fold. So feet on railroad tracks, hips with distance, and fold all the way forwards. To be honest, I love the setup for this pose, but usually by the time I've already gotten into it, most of that has gone in the trash can. See if here you can actively press your right hip backwards. And I mean, this should feel like moving it not just a centimeter, but usually a whole inch towards the far side of your mat, really putting the attention there. Keeping that press backwards happening, take twisting triangle, left hand down, right hand off towards the side of your mat. Yeah. Now, breathe into your right rib cage. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Move on out. Chaturanga. To be clear. Upward facing dog with your breath in. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Left side triangle. Left hand down, right hand all the way up to the ceiling. So activate the base of the pose. This is your feet. You know, create the foundation here. But what laying this foundation does is allows you to reach up. Spread your fingertips on your top hand. See if there's any more space that you can create. Maybe up with the hand even higher. A little bit backwards too for a mini back bend. On your inhale, all the way up to stand. And take side-facing, wide-legged, forward fold. Yogi's choice here. Choose something other than what you did on the last side. Ninja lunges, a bind, fingertips out in front of you. Or what I've been enjoying lately is just some stillness here in the pose. Sometimes you find that once you get into a pose, the magic is here in the meat of it. That's it. Breathe into your back ribs. Yeah, just like that. One more time. Even out your sides. And on your inhale, we'll rise all the way up to standing. And take namaste, front facing, forward fold. One more time. Left side. Set up the foundation of the pose. Oh, here, bring this back foot over just another inch or two. Yeah, like that. Now fold all the way forwards. Actively pressing backwards through your left hip. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to figure out how to action that in your body. Bring some softness to your knees, a little bit of bend here. Now think about scooching that left hip backwards. And that might happen by bending your right knee a little bit more, straightening out your left one a bit more. It just depends on what feels right in your body. Even out your hips. Take it to twisting triangle. Right hand down this time. Left hand out to the side. Actively press back through the left hip. One more breath here. Inhale. And on your exhale, chaturanga. Move through upward facing dog with your inhale. Downward facing dog on the breath out. Now, tonight in class, we actually have one of our TTs joining us. And Chuck, this is your time to shine. Oh yeah, exactly. Time to remember what you learned.
Okay. Roll out to a high plank and slowly lower down to the mat. Locust pose. Lift up. Release. Tick-tock your legs to release your lower back. Locust pose, second set. Lift up. Release. Tick-tock your legs to release your back. Floor bow. Reach back and take hold of your ankles or your feet and lift up. One side at a time is fine as well. And release. Floor bow, second set. Take your ankles and lift up. Rolling from side to side is always fun here. Release. Place your hands at your lowest ribs and lift up for upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come forward to your knees for camel pose. Put your hands in your imaginary pockets and lean back. Release. On your next inhale, come forward. Take high heroes or child's pose to release your back. Camel pose, second set. Put your hands in your imaginary back pockets and lean back. And come forward. Take high heroes or child's pose. Downward facing dog. Come through to sit or come through some way. When I do it, it's never jumping through. Take staff pose and slowly come back to your mat. Bridge pose. Set your feet up and lift up. Release. Bridge pose or wheel pose. Lift up. Lower down. Tick-tock your legs to release your back if you need to. Wheel pose. On your next inhale, lift up. Lower down. Something to keep in mind when you're doing wheel pose is to keep your feet set on 12 o'clock so that they're parallel, the sides of your feet are parallel with the mat. Lift up, wheel pose. Lower down. Wheel pose, last one. Lift up. Lower down, Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your feet together and let your knees fall out wide. Dead bug. Keep your low back pressed against the mat and take your feet or your knees, or the backs of your knees, your thighs. Thank you.
Thank you. A plus. Yeah, I love teaching stability. Here, let's go. Give Chuck a round of a hand. That's it, everyone. Are we ready? Here we go. Inhale, both feet up towards the ceiling. Just like that. Now, before we get moving here, I want you to check out that your lowest ribs all the way down to your hip bones are on the mat. So no palms underneath of you, hands out to your side, hip bones down. Now, through all of these poses, I'm going to challenge you to keep that little rectangle mounted on the mat. Are you ready? Take a breath in. Exhale, crunch up towards your toes. Inhale, back down. Exhale, crunch up. Keep it going back and forth with your breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. All right, guys. Knees come down to 90 degrees. We're going to go for yogi bicycles. But again, lowest ribs all the way down to your low back stays on the mat. Are you ready? Inhale, right elbow, left knee. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Keep it moving back and forth for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, yogis, knees into your chest. We're going to go for one more stability movement here, and it is by far my fave. Are you ready? It's deceptively simple. Knees parallel with the mat. Now both palms press against your knees. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, add a little bit of hug, so a little bit more press. Take a breath in. Now extend your right hand and right leg. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, extend left hand, left leg. Inhale, back up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, up. Exhale, extend. Keep the hug for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 feet flexed, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, yogis, knees into your chest. We're going to rock head to toe 3 times. And on that third rock, make your way to right side half pigeon. So whether that's through downward facing dog or just moving into the pose, however you like to get there is appropriate. How's that feeling? Pretty good. How's your hip? Good, thanks. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and settle a little lower into the pose. We talk about marching right up to the edge of the pose, going as deep as we can, as far as we can in all the other poses. So here, see if you can apply it here too. Each exhale, a new opportunity to experience the pose as brand new. One more time, take a breath in. Let it go. And on your inhale, come through downward facing dog into left side half pigeon. I really am the person in class that loves to set up a pose. I'm like, ooh, let me adjust my block for 5 minutes. And then I'm probably going to move my leg for another 5. And then maybe after that, I'll get into the pose. But part of the magic, like the miracle of the poses, is in the pose, like in and of themselves. So you don't want to like waste your time. Get right to the heart of the thing, right up to the edge of it. Now, that does mean you could still take a sip of water when you need one, but move intentionally from one pose into the next. Are you ready? One more time, breathe in. Exhale. Weight into your left hip. Swing your right leg around, and we'll come to seated single leg extension. So right leg out long, left leg tucks in towards center. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, fold with your chest facing your right toes. So this is a really key portion of this pose. Sit down through your sits bones and then reach up and forwards through your spine, just like that, like your chest pressing your chest to your toes. Last breath. And we'll switch sides. Take left side half pigeon. Or that's not where we're at all. It's left side seated single leg extension. Inhale, fingertips up. And exhale, fold. Take a breath in. Settle your sits bones down onto the mat. And on your inhale, reach forwards through your chest. All the length there. On your next breath in, roll up. And we're going to take a tabletop first. Fingertips facing your heels. Press down, lift up, let your head drop back. Tabletop. If you want to know a really pro tip for this pose, rock forwards and backwards. It's going to stretch out the front side of your shoulders. I know, it's like a super special stretch. There it is. Last one. Come all the way back down to your mat, and we'll take fish pose. If you have a block, sit it right between your shoulder blades, aka your thoracic spine, and then lay backwards. If you don't have a block with you, you can always tuck your forearms underneath of yourself and lift your chest that way. For those of you with a block, bring your arms out to a T with your palms facing up. Oh yeah, that's a little bit more action in this pose, right? Take a breath in. Big exhale out. Point your toes now. Inhale. Big exhale out. Letting yourself stretch fully. Last one in. Big stretch. Exhale. Rock off of your block onto your right side. And then roll back onto the mat. We're going to get upside down. So whether that's in waterfall, shoulder stand, or headstand, handstand, forearm balances, whatever it might be, you're looking to get your hips up above your heart one last time in class. intentionally support this pose by pressing your heels to the ceiling, feet flexed even here. Now hug your low belly up and in. For my shoulder stands, come to plow. Now for plow, move to deaf yogis, letting your knees fall beside your ears. And when you're ready, roll all the way down, one vertebrae at a time onto your mat. Go super slow. Once you get down here, hug both knees up into your chest. Drop your knees off to the left side of your mat, eyes over your right shoulder for supine twist. Oh, that's it. Here, swap it. Knees. Oh, wait, your knees are the correct direction. You were right. Knees left, eyes right. With each exhale, let your shoulders melt down towards the mat. On your next breath, drop your knees to the right, eyes to the left. For my yogis in studio, there's a cold eye towel by the upper right-hand corner of your mat. Please feel free to use it at any time throughout the rest of class. One last time, hug your knees up into center. Shavasana. As you rest here, let your body and then your mind come to stillness. Let your breath come to its natural rate. With your inhales, rolling straight into your exhales with no pauses between. If I'm being honest with you, I absolutely never intended to teach. When I did my first teacher training, I was 16. And my mom convinced me to go with her by telling me, oh, we're going to go to teacher training. It's like this week long. It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to do a yoga vacation. That's what I had in my mind. Things did not turn out that way. As you might imagine, a teacher training involves a lot of practicing and a lot of teaching. But about 4 days into that course, I heard something that changed the way I approached my practice, and that certainly changed my pathway of life and made me want to become a teacher. And that thing is this. In our style of yoga, there's a founding tenet The thing that all the principles are built off of, the way that we approach the poses, everything, it depends on this one thing. And that is that each person, each yogi, is whole, perfect, and complete. I was really confused by that. Because certainly that's not something that you hear very often. Oh, you are whole, perfect, and complete, and something that is meant. You are not broken. You are not unwanted or unloved. You do not need fixing. You, as you are right here on this mat, this person is whole, perfect, and complete. It's part of the reason why there isn't a beginner class here. Everybody gets onto the mat because you explore the poses for yourself. The thing that's right for you is probably not going to be the thing that's right for your yogi neighbor. But that's what matters. You get to approach the practice as wholly your own because we believe in and have faith in the fact that you are whole, perfect, and complete. So let that rest. See what happens when you allow yourself to be this whole, perfect, and complete version of yourself. Take a breath in. Exhale all that air back out. Bring movement back to your fingers. And from here, bring movement back to your toes. Now, interlace your fingers, reach up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and settle down. Hug your knees into your chest one more time. Rock onto your right side and place your forehead on your mat. From here, move all the way up to a seated position. On your inhale, fingertips up. Exhale your hands down to heart center. Take a second to close your eyes. Feel the clearing, the space that you've made for yourself. Feel all that it is to be your whole, perfect, and complete self as it exists right now. Now, we get to Om that into place for the rest of tonight. One Om. Take a breath in. Bring your thumb knuckles up to forehead center. I see, acknowledge, and believe in the light in each and every one of you. Together, we bow our heads and we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining in for class. It was great to see you tonight. And have a great evening. That's it. That's all I've got for you. Thanks for joining at home, everyone. And thank you for coming in at the studio.